The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the September 4th, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Now, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but even more important than that, and that's this, during this next 53 minutes, I am here to serve you. So feel free to give us a call at 877-927-6648. Now, if you can't call in, but you have a question, Stevie's got your back. Send me an email. Send it off to steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. We start our day with a sea of green. The only sectors inside the S&P trading the downside, the financial sector, and the healthcare sector, 15 pennies, and the energy sector down 11. You've got the Dow trade up 206 points, 0.5%, 0.3% for the S&P, about 19 points, 85 points for the NASDAQ, 0.5%, 0.7 for the Russell. That would be a 15-point move. Semis are up 1.5%, or $75. Tranny's up 115, 0.7% to the upside. You got gold trading up $3. Silver's up 26 cents, a little less than 1%. Light sweet crude off 15 pennies. Natural gas up 2 cents. 30-year Treasury printed at 124.24. That's up a little more than a half a point. If we take a look at the leader in the clubhouse, the upside, Saya Inc. up $32, nearly 9%. Monolithic Power Systems, $24, nearly 3%. Inspired Medical, $20, 11%. Humana's up 15, 4.5%. Bank of Montreal is up 11. That's a 3% move. Zscaler is our leader to the downside, off $31, 15%. Molina Healthcare, 27. Aspen Holding, 27. Elevance Health, 17. Ascens Pharmaceutical, 16. So that's why we've got that XLB trading to the downside. So where do you want to begin our day? Let's begin like we have in the past here. Let's start with the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Oscillator. It did, Peter, just tick right below the zero threshold level yesterday, but we're back above it today. It depends upon where we close. If we were down below it yesterday and we closed back above it, it says that buyers were always in control. That's what this indicator would say. On the other side of that coin is a close back below the zero threshold. You'd have 2 consecutive days to the downside. That would tell us that the sellers have an edge. Sellers would have an edge as well as long as today price closes above the 50-day exponential moving average. The 50-day currently printed at 1688. The spot VIX at 1965. If we take a look at why the bounce out there, well, a couple of reasons we can come up with. First, we saw price in the equity future contracts get back some of them to support. Here we're taking a look at the ES Mini. Support was at 55.16, tested and rejected yesterday, tested and rejected in overnight action out there as well. The reason that we're getting this bounce is yesterday's move was a one-day rate of change above plus 10%. You and I have covered this. This really gives you and I a competitive advantage of what to anticipate and what to look for. It's typically typically a Rhodes momentum indicator signal that provides the best bounces and or bottoms out there. But here, if we take a look at this chart, the top portion is the S&P. The very bottom portion is the one-day rates of change out there. Spot VIX is the center portion, so to speak. Blue arrows represent days where there's a one-day rate of change about plus 10%. They typically result, not always, but they typically result in a bounce or a bottom. When I first did this study, probably over a decade ago, you would get that bounce or bottom within 48 hours. It started to shift to more of a 24-hour mode for the most part. In 2024, it's been getting back more towards that 2-day type rule out there. But we've got price and support in the ES Mini out there, so really no surprise to see that bounce. Is there anything else here? Well, I can put up these daily equity future charts up here. Here you can see the ES Mini getting back to profile support. What you don't see on this chart is the oscillator and change line for the NQ. Of course, I'm not looking at it either myself. You can see that the Dow equity future contract pulled back into a buy zone. The buy zone between 47.67 and 49.35. The Russell 2000 getting back to the bottom of its buy bullish structured profile as well. You'd really need to see this close the day above 21.65.54, the center of that profile, to suggest a further rally out there. So let's go take a look at those white background charts. We'll flip over to those momentarily. We'll have the ES Mini so we can take a look at what's going on intraday. So as I had mentioned, the best signals for a bounce are when all four equity future contracts for a specific time frame are doing the same thing. And really, it's a 30-minute, 60-minute out here. Now, by the way, we're looking at a 15-minute and a 10-minute chart out here. So this is saying to everybody, expect and anticipate some type of retracement. The first retracement of the morning. Why is that, Steve-O? Because you've got TD9 count tops that completed on the 15-minute chart just as we were coming on the air. The same was true of the 10-minute chart. That was at 11:10 when that completed. So we've got a new profile on that 10-minute chart down at the 55.47 level is the center of it. We're trading inside it. Price should really target the 55.42 to 55.47 level. However, if price closes above the high on a 15-minute basis at 55.60.75, that would suggest a further rally. That rally would likely take us to 55.80. We look at a 60-minute chart here. We've got topping signals on a 10 and 15 with price running right into resistance inside that sell zone. That sell zone ought to hold, and we ought to see that first retracement of the morning out there. If we look at a 2-hour time frame chart, TD9 count bottom. So what we want to watch here is the top of that profile at 55.71. If price closes above that, well, then you got 55.80. If price goes above 55.80, that's coming from the 60-minute chart out there. Then you got more action to the upside, and I would have to say that the 56.05-ish area would be the likely target. Let's go take a quick peek here at... I want to take a look at the 30-minute charts and the 60-minute charts. I don't have those set up. It's going to take a moment just to populate those screens out there. 30-minute equity futures. Here's the 30-minute charts out there. I'm just curious. I haven't looked to see if all of them this morning did form that Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern out there. We did see that in the ES Mini. Just wanted to see if we've got that also inside the NQ, the Dow, and the Russell 2000. And why is this puppy taking so long to populate? There we go. So, yeah, you've got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on the 30-minute NQ, on the 30-minute ES, on the 30-minute Dow, and on the 30-minute Russell 2000. So those are where we get that best signal. Now, in the case of the Dow equity future contract for its 30-minute time frame, also telling us to prepare for a retracement. Why? TD9 count is going to complete here at 11:30, with price rallying right into that breakdown resistance level at the 41.231 area. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go from a steaming, warm, hot Delray Beach out to Martinez, California, and speak with Brent. Brent, thanks for calling and thanks for holding. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing this great, Stephen. How are you?
Doing great as well. Thanks so much for asking. Did you have a nice Labor Day celebration?
I did, yeah. I just kind of, I don't normally go any place. Typically, you know, like when it's a holiday weekend,
Sure.
I don't have to do that. So I normally stay local. But yeah, no, I took care of some stuff around the house and just, spent time with my wife, which is great because she's back at school again. She's a teacher. They just start so early now. I remember as a kid, it was after Labor Day we'd go back.
Yes,
now it's been, literally early August they're back to school. So it's just
early August in
California.
California.
Than it used to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I liked when we were kids too. Not till after the first week or during the first week of September. Usually, it was always every now and then the way that the holiday fell. It might stretch into the second week before you went back. But hey, you and I were in school all day long. We studied the stock market.
Yeah.
And I know that today you want to take a look at Symbiotic Inc. Ticker symbol there is SYM. I know that all the listeners are eager to understand what it is you're looking at and how I can assist you.
This is one I've been following. I don't have a position yet, and I guess as far as what I'd like to have you look at today would be longer term because it's something that I would like to eventually, have a long position in, but I'm just waiting to see, and I don't have the chart in front of me, but I believe this is bar number 8 on the daily, and
Correct.
I just was hoping you could look at the weekly and the monthly and just in general get your thoughts on it.
Sure, sure. So as Brent has identified, today will become bar number 8 of a TD9 count series. That is, unless price were to as long as price closes below 20.01, we're traded 18.06. So that's the likely outcome. Bar 9 would be tomorrow. Now, bar 9 has to close below, this would be tomorrow, would have to close below 1934. If those conditions are met today and tomorrow, Symbiotic will have a daily TD9 count pattern. Now, that pattern would go ahead and complete on the following day, which can be a lower low out there, the bar following bar number 9. There's also, Brent, on a daily time frame, a Rhodes momentum indicator signal that has been triggered. And so what you'd be looking for there is a bullish reversal candle to confirm that pattern. What you'd also like to see is a close above on a daily basis, a close above its oscillator and change line at 1832. So the daily chart is saying potential out there, and more likely than not, it does have a TD9 count bottom that forms between today, Wednesday, and Friday. You wanted to get more of a feel for the longer term charts. So if we take a look at the weekly chart is trading below profile. It does not have a bottoming signal. It has a pattern, which is the A to B equals CD pattern. It's well below the 1-to-1 price level. So if this were to form a weekly bullish reversal candle, that would form a buy the D point. Short of that, Brent, price wants to target its breakout level, and that's down at 1414. So how can we get to 1414 if the daily is saying, we might form a bottom out there? Well, I'm just sharing with you, folks, what the weekly chart is saying. The monthly chart, Brent, says you have support at 1693. And 1693 is the bottom of its profile. Now, it hasn't gotten all the way down there yet. Today was a little bit further move to the downside. But all we're looking for is close. So we've got support on the monthly chart. Now, if price were to close below 1693, the level that you would be watching for that time frame, Brent, would be 1168. So I think we have to watch to see how the daily patterns plays out here. Does price ever get back above its oscillator and change line? Do we have a TD9 count bottom pattern that forms that eventually fails, getting us down to 1414? I know you kind of take maybe a more conservative approach at times here. So what else can I share with you? Let's take a look at the dance steps out here for Symbiotic. And what we can see on the move to the downside out here, it's had some pretty nice rallies, some 5-day rallies, a 4-day rally out there. We haven't. The last time we saw any kind of rally of substance was a normal two-bar move to the upside. That's what you would see in a downtrending market out there, and that was on August 19th. So what else can I share with you? I don't see much else out here. With regard to that. So let me ask you a question. If the daily, knowing that the weekly chart, if you were going to focus on the weekly chart, because I don't see any other bottom signal there, maybe I'm overlooking something. But if you get that confirmation on the daily, is that going to be enough to trigger you into a position, or are you going to do something different?
No, I could potentially start something there.
Okay.
I'm just kind of being patient. I know, like this week, there is some possibility within the next, couple of days that, I might start something. I mean, we're getting down to levels that are getting pretty close to, where there's a possibility. So, I'm just going to be watching it, and I just try to be patient. I've my experience has been that when you do that, that pays off. It's sometimes, you see something that looks like it, has potential, but it's just, need to be a little more patient and let it play out.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, on this last leg down that's forming this TD9 count bottom, we've pretty much seen all lower highs out here. So yeah, I mean, you probably need some additional proof, but it does look like this will form that TD9 count pattern. Maybe what you wait for is the Rhodes bullish reversal candle as well to let you know that the cavalry's there. But your strong support should be at about 1693. Brent, is there anything else that I can look at for you as long as you're on the line?
No, that's it. I really appreciate it, Steve. That was great. That's, as always, you gave me the numbers to be watching, and that's what I was hoping for. So just, have yourself a great day and a great rest of your week.
Will do. And Brent, thanks so much for the call. That was Brent in Martinez, California. Let's go. Let's stay in the request mode out here. And the first request actually came in yesterday. There were two that came in late yesterday. One was from Mohammed, who wanted to take a look at WBD out here. And I think it was just a general question. What is this doing? Well, it formed a TD9 count top last week or the week before. Completed it last week for sure. Price has pulled back to test the top of its daily profile. So you're at 738. So you've got a top with price dealing with at least a potential support at 738. Price did close below that level yesterday. If it closes back below 738 today, you're likely to see a run towards the 683 to 701 level out there. On a rally, you're looking and you're going to want to watch the 767-ish area out there. That is its red oscillator and change line. If price can close above that, that would suggest that we have a further move to the upside. If we look at the weekly chart, last week what WBD, which is Warner Brothers Discovery did, was it rallied right up into the level where a counter trend move would end. And that would have been up at 849, the center of that weekly profile. If I look at the monthly profile out here, what do we have? Let's open up this, see if there's an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. And the answer that Stevie has is no, there is not. So I do not have a bottom signal on the monthly time frame. We do have price consolidating with inside this profile that has supported 753 and resistance in the zone of 867 to 924. Mohammed, when we get back from this break, I'll finish taking a look at WBD, and then we'll move on to Ulta for David in Panama City, Tesla for S&P, GDX for Dano, and United Health for ELO. Right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. One or two adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry August 9th and 23rd for more live trading action. For this month only, use code LarryAug24 at checkout to save $50 off your first month as a subscriber to Live Trading Fridays for his live trading sessions, where you'll sit right beside him as he trades the market live. For this month only, enter code LarryAug24 and save $50 off your first month. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We're still looking at Warner Brothers Discovery out there, and there's not anything else that I can really find out here for you, Mohammed. Is this the bottom out here? Like, you do have a wave number 7 bottom on the weekly time frame, but price ran into resistance where a counter trend move would end at that 849. And until price closes above that level, that's what we've got to stick it with out here. So I would expect or anticipate for Warner Brothers to see a 2-day rally out there, and if price does not get above that red oscillator change line, you should get back down to test the 738 level. So thanks for waiting an extra day on that, and I hope that helped you out. David wanted to take a look at Alta. So let's pull up those charts. ULTA is the ticker symbol. And Alta, I don't have any kind of a widened price top on the daily time frame on August 19th out there. I don't have that answer on the daily chart. But if we come over, we take a look at the weekly chart out here, the answer is going to be that price was really found resistance at the center of its weekly profile. Now, it's neither a bullish or bearish structured profile, pretty even Steven out there, but you do have both buyers and sellers that were at that level. You also have last week where price on the monthly time frame found resistance at the bottom of its bullish structured profile. Now, it did that. It bounced up there, and it was tested and rejected that level, kind of a bearish signal. But then at the same time, it made its way all the way down to its breakout level at 319.05, kind of a bullish signal, or potentially, when I mean bullish signal, a buy point. But price on the daily time frame out here is consolidating. Price got back inside its profile. It was down below for one session. So this is suggesting that move lower on Friday was a false breakdown move. So you're consolidating out here. A close below 355.39 would suggest, David, that you had lower. So the daily chart isn't really, really clear, with the exception this price is back inside the support area between 355.39 and 385.17. Weekly chart, we've really already covered that. However, I will say at this moment in time, price is below that red oscillator and change line. And that's kind of a bearish signal. That could be signaling to you and I that we get back and we retest those recent lows out there from a few weeks ago. So that's what I see when I take a look at ticker symbol ULTA. Just curious, does Alta have a seasonal pattern out here? I don't know the answer to that question, but we can try to find out by putting in the stock symbol, and we do. So let's take a look at Alta. Let's see how many years worth of data we have. 16 years. So we are in the favorable time period. If you take a look at Alta, the month of September is actually it's actually its most successful month, its most bullish month, its most seasonally bullish month over the last 16 years. Well, what if we look at just the last 10, Steve-O? Well, if we look at the last 10, it still is a bullish outcome out there. So that's something to think about. Most certainly, you are in the favorable seasonal time period, the most favorable month for Alta out there. So just add that to your considerations for the trade that you're in, David, and I hope that information assists you. S&P wanted to take a look at Tesla. TSLA is a ticker symbol out there. We look at Tesla on a daily time frame. We are consolidating with inside that daily profile, and that's from a range of 208.34 up to 234.68. We know that the weekly has a buy the D point, a bottom pattern. That's led to one heck of a nice rally. That was a sell the D top. That was formed on July 19th. Price is now trying to get inside its profile level out there. So price is sitting right at resistance here, S&P. That first level of resistance is down at the 219.21 level. We are at 219.48. The monthly chart for Tesla is bullish out there. Price is trading just slightly above that green oscillator and change line, but it is trading above the top of its monthly profile, which is at 214.60. So what's Tesla going to do out here? I would say that if Tesla can close above the bottom of that weekly profile at 219.21, you ought to see him move up to 224.14. If price can close above the high from August 20th, that high is 228.22, we should see a move up to 234.68. And that would be the top of the daily profile. That's what I see. Now, you like the test that this did here over the course of the last 4 weeks, which has been, once that oscillator change line changed colors from red to green, telling us that it was red, it was below zero, green, it's above zero, that we have a rising price oscillator above zero with price dealing with resistance out there, being where the sellers are, both sellers and buyers, the bottom of that profile. So I hope that helps you out, S&P, with regard to Tesla. If not, my apology. ELO wanted to take a look at United Health out there. UNH is the ticker symbol. Let's go figure out what United Health is doing. Bar number 9 today on the daily time frame. Bar number 9 this week on the weekly time frame. And the monthly says, I don't know what kind of bars you guys are going to, but join me at the bar that wants to continue to move higher. There's nothing bearish on the monthly time frame chart. You are in bar number 4. You have a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. Those are not bearish signals unless we were to see a bearish reversal candle. That would confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator top. So you're in the mode right now, whereas your weatherman, ELO, Stevie is saying take your umbrella because you could get some raindrops, and if you start closing below support levels, for example, 593.26 on the daily time frame, you could start to get some hail. So make sure you have a pretty good umbrella out there. But the daily and the weekly for United Health are saying a top should form at least by the end of next week. It should confirm this week and form the end of next week out there. So that's what I see, Yellow. I hope that helps you out. Dano wanted to take a look at the GDX out here. And as we look at the daily time frame for the GDX, what do we know about it? Well, number 1, it closed below profile support yesterday. Number 2, it's triggered an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Let's draw that pattern in. We go from the bar that says number 8. That's the high out here. We're going to go down to the low from August the 28th out there. Stevie's going to copy and paste this line, so we're not going to be dead on balls accurate, but we're going to be pretty darn accurate with regard to its price projection level out here. Control C, Control V. Let's move this thing over to the next high that came in, and we have attained that 1-to-1 level. So what you're watching for here, Dano, is does a bullish reversal candle form? If one does form, then you would have a Gartley buy pattern. In lieu of that, because we are below profile support on the daily time frame, because we are below the oscillator change line on the weekly time frame, we're likely to go target the 35.21 to 35.47 level. 35.21 is the TD9 count breakout area. 35.47 is the top of that weekly chart. The TD9 count top on the daily matches the Rhodes momentum indicator signal on the weekly. Again, the monthly chart for the GDX doesn't look bad out there, but it looks bullish. But the daily and the weekly are the ones that are controlling things. So with regard to the GDX, I'd watch either for a bullish reversal candle, or you could get a TD9 count bottom that forms between tomorrow, Thursday, and next Monday. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Stevie had a brain fart there. I don't recall if we finished with GDX out here. We've got a little bit of a bounce. If we take a look at the dance steps that we've got going on out here right now, we can see that you've got 2 bars to the downside, 1 bar to the upside, 3 bars to the downside, 1 to the upside, 2 bars. So, this is really signaling that it wants to continue to move lower. In my opinion. Now, it's going to take its P's and Q's from what gold does. So gold has not busted through support, whereas the GDX has. So you got to keep an eye on gold as well. But I'd say more likely the TD9 count bottom pattern. Again, that would be between the days, could form by Friday and complete on Monday out there. The weekly chart is suggesting to you and I that prices lost some momentum and may want to target 35.47 out there. So that's what I've got. We take a look at the GDX, Dan. I hope that helped you out. Hector and Patty are asking, is the bounce in the dollar, U.S. dollar, the dead cat bounce in the U.S. dollar over? Now, I don't have a live data feed on this, but we've got at least yesterday's data. I actually have data through, let me see what 30-minute chart through through last evening. I have to change to a different data feed. If I do that, it's going to screw up a bunch of other things out there. So I don't think that this is just a counter trend move. I know that there are a number of people talking about the dollar getting croaked out here. Well, I think that croaking is basically done. If we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, you've got a TD9 count bottom that's going to go ahead and complete last week. It went ahead and confirmed. Last week. It'll complete this week, this Friday. If we look at the daily time frame chart, you've got a TD9 count bottom. You have a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Price above resistance being the profile levels. It's suggesting to move up to the 103.10 level out there. So longer term, the idea that it's not that it can't get smashed to the downside, but right now you've got a nice long-term or intermediate-term bottom signal inside the U.S. dollar index. We ought to see more rally based upon, even though the U.S. dollar is pulling back a bit today out there. Now, we're going to be rolling into the September contract out here. So what we'll do is, even if I have to copy and paste it into a PowerPoint presentation just so you can see it somewhat live. I'll try to do that for us tomorrow. I'll do it for us. I just have to remember to do it for us, but I will. I'll write it down in my notes out there. And so, no, I don't believe that this is just a counter trend move to the upside out there. Instead, it looks like this could be more ominous. And the question is going to be, how is this going to work for gold? How is gold and the markets, how are they going to rally as well? And so for that answer, I just need to show you. First, I'm going to have to find it, but we'll take a look at. I will find it. I know it's in one of my tabs out here. It says I've opened up a number of tabs lately. Gold. Let's see here. I doubt this is it. That's not it. Shoot. Let's see if this is. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Well, Stevie's just going to have to come back and show you that. Maybe I can find it during the breakout here. I don't like this idle time, so I'm going to skip that idea. And instead, so that's what's going on with the dollar. I will basically what I was going to show you is in 2024, the dollar is higher, the S&P is higher, and gold is higher. So all three can move in the same direction, just as they are right now out there. So we just simply have to evaluate everything one step at a time. But I will try to get those more current charts up on our screen tomorrow out there. So I hope that helps you out, at least thus far, here, Hector and Patty. So McGuppy inside the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at a symbol. I don't have that yet filled in on my system out here. We're going to do that here live, and it's CCAP. So let's get those charts fired up, see what they are communicating to us. Where did I put that chart, Stevie? I'm just looking at my other screen while CCAP goes ahead and populates here. Let's see what CCAP is. CCAP is going to be Crescent Capital BDC, which right now is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. I don't see any kind of a topping pattern out here, but you're trading below resistance, 1845, and you're trading above potential support, and that's at 1824. So on a daily time frame, I would say Crescent Capital is somewhat neutral with regard to its message. The weekly time frame chart, you're trading above resistance being the top of its bear structured weekly profile. You closed above it last week, you closed above it the prior week. This is suggesting to you and I that price wants to go target 1871. But before it can do that, it's got to take on that 1845 level. That's the bottom of that daily profile. On a monthly time frame out here, price looks bullish. It's trading above the top of its bear structured profile. It's been doing so for the last 5 months. Last 5 months out there. So you're looking for an intermediate or long-term entry out here. Well, one possible entry, because we have been above, CCAP has been above the top of its bear structured profile for 2 weeks, this being week number 3 potentially, is I would wait, McGuppy, for price to pull back to that 1815 level. That's a place, if this is just if it would only be a counter trend move to the downside, and the monthly chart is suggesting that is a real possibility, that's where price should find support. So that would be the area where you could enter, and if price were to close below 1815 on a weekly time frame, that would be telling us that its move to the downside is more than a counter trend move, and that might get down to 1761 or even 1713. So that's the best that I've got for you. I think you also wanted to take a look at ticker symbol ARCC. So let's get those charts here fired up on our screen, see what they are communicating to you and I. And ARCC is the Heirs Capital Corp. When the charts here populate, what we will see is that the daily and the weekly time frame are trading within their profiles out there. The daily support level out here, McGuppy, is at 2082. The resistance level is at 2106 on a weekly time frame. Resistance up at 2134. Support down at 2033. On a monthly time frame, we are trading with inside its profile. It's got resistance at the 2114 level, support at 1973. So you got good old-fashioned consolidation with inside of profiles. Doesn't tell us whether the top is going to be taken out or the bottom. We could end up trading sideways here. Your question, I believe, was also with regard to a long-term entry and compare which is stronger as well. Well, you're wanting the long-term entry, and so you're going to want to buy, you'd love to be able to buy a pullback out here. So which of those two charts is offering the more likelihood of a pullback? It might be CCAP. Might be CCAP. But I don't have a top on the daily time frame, just a consolidation between support and resistance. I don't have a top on the weekly time frame, just a consolidation between support and resistance. And the same is true for the monthly time frame out there. So where's the best level of potential support? Because the current profile formed within the prior profile, I would say 2082, if price were to get back there, would be an area to look at. If price were to close below 2073, it might be that 2033 level out there. Of course, what you'd love to see is some type of short-term bottom on an intraday chart, such as a 30-minute time frame chart. Now, there's no way we're going to see that today, but dance steps, maybe it would be 2 consecutive days to the downside. That would be another place for you to consider out there. But that's all I've got for you, McGuffey. I hope that helps you out with regard to ARCC and CCAP. Right back.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at ticker symbol LIN. This is Lind PLC. The question is from Satish inside the Tiger's Den. And the question is, does this have more gas? So it's possible that today this will form a sell the D point pattern. Satish, it will do that if it forms a bearish reversal candle. Now, yesterday was a doji candle. It'd be very easy to form a bearish engulfing, but I don't know where today's close is at. But you are on the lookout for a bearish reversal candle that would then confirm a sell the D point top, and that would suggest a pullback to support. Now, price is trading with inside its daily profile. So where is support? You've got support down at the 471.84 level and 467.86. If price were to close below 467.86, then this sell the D point top would be taking hold, and that could open up the door for a move to 442.16. Now, because I've given you those numbers does not mean that it doesn't have the gas to continue to motor on. We have to first see what today's candle formation is. Why? Because last week on a weekly basis, price took out a swing point, albeit with quite a bit lighter volume. For example, March 15th was a swing point high, 47.6 million shares. The high out there was 477.71. Last week we closed at 478.25, so it negated that pattern out there. It did it on 6 million shares, though. So even though it was the last month of summer, so to speak, that's really light volume. Nonetheless, it's also triggered a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. If we were to get a bearish reversal candle this week or at any point in time, if that pattern is present, that would confirm a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. The monthly chart last month on Friday closed above and negated its TD9 count top, and price remains above its green oscillator and change line, but is back inside its profile level. So its key level resistance is up at the 477.71 level out here. Your specific question, does this still have the gas? Got to watch for today's candle or any other candle while price is consolidating inside that daily profile. That would get to that sell the D point. Now we just simply have to see how support holds, or does it not hold? In any event, folks, stay tuned for all the great programming. I'll be back with you on a terrific Thursday, and I'd love you to have a wonderful Wednesday. So thanks for joining us. Take care and be safe out there.